Welcome everybody to a late night special of Rimworld. I couldn't sleep, so I figured let's go back to Rimworld and see if we can do something with this goddamn nuclear reactor, which is, you know, what you do when you're a grown-up. So, first things first, well, essentially the first thing to do with it, and honestly the main thing to do with it here, is obviously make it run efficiently, because right now it's not outputting enough power, I think, to turn the turbine enough and actually get the optimal amount of energy out of it. Basically, keeping it turned on is just kind of a waste of time, because we're not making enough power to actually run the grid, and it seems very, very high risk, especially from what a lot of people have been saying me. There's been one or two comments. What sort of fucking idiot builds a nuclear reactor before they have any sort of radiation suits? What sort of idiot builds a reactor before they've got portable radiation detectors? I think you need to live life on the edge a little bit. Gotta be honest, you'll sound like a bunch of squares. So I mean, it's Rimworld, it's all squares. So what we're gonna do is sort of mess around with the nuclear reactor a bit today. We're gonna carry on with the ultimate Sith Lord breeding program. I also want to do the plan I sort of had a couple of days ago, where we take the originals of our colony members and stick them in the cryopods, or stick them in the bioreactors, so that if we lose, and basically run them with just clones instead. Sort of like, if you ever watched the 7th, I think it was, Resident Evil movie, where it turns out that, you know, Albert Wesker was a clone all along, or something like that. I honestly don't remember. I think it was Jorah Mormont, actually. I don't remember off the top of my head. That's kind of the plan, really. So we keep all of our master copies in a freezer, or at least clone them, or at least keep like a genetic template of all the master copies. Have a clone backed up and ready to go. So maybe build like 5 of these clone vats, each one with a spare clone in it, so that if they were to die, we can just immediately bring them back to life. I think that'd be very, very cool. So what we're going to do then is expand the base a little bit, which is kind of, you know, it's necessary. What we need is a big, deep clone storage area. So what I'll do then is, because it's, you know, going to be very sort of, it's going to be super secret, highly defended. We're going to have turrets, we're going to have freezers, we're going to have, I mean, I don't know how much more you can get defended than that, but it's going to be very deep in the base, so that, in theory, no enemies should be able to get to it. So where's the edge of the map, out of interest? Let's just scope that out first. So we can't really expand too much more south, and obviously we're already rammed up against the wall on that side, so that's fairly irrelevant. So what I'm thinking is, we'll dig a wall sort of down here, right? We'll dig a wall, a little bit of a walkway, and then in there we'll have the freezers with the master copies. Now, because of the way these vats work, obviously they're going to look better if we put them against the top wall. So if we put them against the bottom wall, you're not going to be actually able to see the clone too much in there. They're going to take up a bunch of space. So that's kind of the plan, really. So we'll sort of walk down here. You have a big old corridor and then a big old room here where we're going to have the master clones. These we're not going to do anything with. Like I said, we're just going to have them as temporary storage or permanent storage for our backup original 5 founding members in case anything does happen, like the worst thing happens here. So let's get on with this as soon as possible, because I think this is going to be fucking awesome. As long as, you know, what I've got in my head ends up being what we end up making, because I think it's going to look very, very cool when it's done. I'm quickly just going to squad everyone up and then unsquad them, so that in theory Jilp and Bonnet or whoever else is awake here will start work on the, there you go, they're going to start work on this already. That's pretty fantastic there. The Empire declare war on the Rebels, as they are wont to do. So we'll also, can we reinstall these? We can reinstall these as well. So we'll move these down into here and we'll have like 1, 2, let me just see if this adds up then. So they take 3 by 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We actually need to dig another one out, don't we, as well? So 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then we'll replace the walls later on. So that's the size of the room, 5 cloning vats. We could also have their genetic template saved down here as well, maybe on a nice little pedestal or a shelf or something, so we'll have a copy of their brain and a copy of the genome sequence. Speaking of which, speaking of our crazy plans here, the Sith Lord, our good boy, newly reborn Krupvush here, has himself a new trait. He's also a fast learner now to, you know, help recover from the damage that was done to him by the whole resurrection process. So what we need to do now is actually clone this version of Krupvush. So let's get you over here. Now, I think the way we do that is, if I'm not mistaken, we do a brain scan, don't we? He's got a headache, recondition, whole body is a clone, which I believe means that we can't actually, I believe that means we can't sequence his genome. So this is our only master copy of Krupp from now on, because his body is in the freezer, but I think it's too corrupted. I don't think you can scan it when they've rotten, or when they're dead and rotten, I should say, rather than just being undead. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but just in case, we need to make sure this is super well protected. So then we'll give this guy a brain scan that, in theory, should make a new copy of Krupp's brain with Psychopath, Sith Master, and Fast Learner. Now, remember what the mod said. We can add more traits beyond that as well. So if we also wanted to give him, like, I don't know, a strong constitution, so he's more resistant to diseases, or, you know, fast mover, or iron-willed, or something like that, you know. Industrious would also be a fantastic one, especially with Fast Learner. These are going to be permanent traits that we can give to him, but it's going to take 4 or 5 sort of cloning iterations. So then, Krupvush, version 2.0, What can we do with you then, my friend? We need to go to your bills and scan brain. I think all we've got to do is get him to... Yeah, he's going to go rest. And then we say, oh god, what are we doing? Oh, right. And of course, while we got this going on in the background, while we're building cloning vats, while we're trying to build the ultimate Sith Lord, we are also doing nuclear research. So we're trying to work on right now the control rod actuators. So this is an automatic system for removing the control rods. We don't have to manually load and unload them with our colonist hands. Turns out nuclear reactors get fairly warm. So if there is a meltdown situation, the last thing you want is your colonists going over there and trying to yank out the control rods with their hands. Otherwise, they're going to die. So we have to perform 2 reactor scrams. And how does that work exactly? Is that just like an upgrade that goes on this, or do we have to actually build the actuators? Let's see here. Can't see anything. I might be blind. No, I can't see anything. So maybe now we just perform 2 scrams as like an experiment, and then after that we get to build it or something along those lines. I assume that's how it works. Right, let's take a look here. Scram. Oh, it needs to be on first. Cool. And then scram. Is that good? Did I do good? And then we wait for it to power off, and then we turn it back on, and then power it off again? Is that just how that works? I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing this right. From 2 reactor... Test the control system by performing a reactor scram while it's fully fueled and set to 100% power. Shit, you want me to fill it full of control rods? That sounds incredibly dangerous. I've been doing some research as well in the background here, and I was sort of going through old Reddit threads and forum posts and things like that, and Steam posts of people basically asking how to do this. I've seen some really cool closed loop circuits of people being able to set up some quite efficient nuclear reactors with like automatic restarts and things like that. It's very, very cool. Having like solar panels and river turbines and things like that to kickstart the reactor and have its own self-contained grid. Because right now the nuclear reactor is hooked into our main grid, which means if this thing goes meltdown, it's obviously going to melt all the cables and probably cut all this shit off as well. But more to the point, it means that, you know, our main grid, it's providing power for itself, essentially, which doesn't really make much sense. Not that it's a big deal, because, you know, it's always going to provide 100 times more power than it's using. But it is kind of nice to have, like, a self-sufficient solar panel or wind turbine or something like that to kickstart it anyway. We'll try and do something like that, cut it off and have a separate nuclear grid. So how do I do this then? So we're going to need to churn out... Where's Amber Namber Damber? Let's get you. Harvesting heal root. No. You need to only ever... I might just set their crafting to be a lot higher. Where are you? Amber Namber Damber. Alright, so quickly. Your crafting is already higher. Oh, this is kind of smithing, maybe. Maybe even machining. Okay, I'll just set those higher. I thought I'd set their like, harvesting or grow to maximum instead, so we need a lot more control rods. It's going to take a while to make all of these fuel rods, isn't it? So we need to be fully fueled. Jesus, man. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, right? And how many have we got right now? Obviously, we've got 1 in there. We've got 1 in storage. I can't see any others. Yeah, I can't see any others. So we need another 19 control rods in that case. Good God. Bear with me on this one. This is some ridiculous science we're going to get done today. There we go. All right, cool. Meanwhile, Krupp, how's he doing? Have we scanned his brain yet? Have we got a fresh scan template? Look at this. There we go. Right, boom. Information. So we can see that he has, oh man. Maybe that doesn't scan his traits. Maybe his traits are scanned with his genome. That's probably the case, isn't it? This seems more of its skills. His skills and his passions, things like that. So I think what we actually need to do here is scan his genome instead. I'm not sure we can do that because he's a clone. Right, okay. Not a big deal. We might want to scan his brain later on when it's more developed anyway, when it's learned a lot more skills. Okay, shit. Well, let's try and scan his genome if that's even possible. So sequence his clone genome. This might end up horribly. Like I said, I think if we start cloning clones, shit's going to go wrong. Whose grave is he visiting? Oh my god, please tell me he's visiting his own Twilight style. He is. He's visiting his own grave. The grave of Krupp. He's having an existential crisis. Why me? What does it mean to even be alive? Well, it's clearly doing something for him because his recreation's fucking shooting through the roof. He's also very sad. Why are you sad? I mean, I know you've got a headache and you are a clone and a vile creation of medical science. Oh, God. Who are these people? Why am I here? Why do I look like someone else? Don't worry about it. You'll get used to it, okay? He's still reconnected into the Force, so when he gets that back, he might, you know, help remember his past life a little bit. Right, let's get him sequenced again. I'm sure I'll be fine with this. You know, he's having a lot of existential dread. We're just going to clone the fucker again. Right, Amber Damber Damber Pamber. I know I said I need you to make uranium fuel rods, but this is kind of more important, the you know, operations, the scanning, the cloning aspect of things, because that's going to take a lot longer. You know, it takes literally, like, almost a month to clone these guys. Right, so let's take a look at this one then. Yeah, there we go. Right. Is this going to be a problem, the fact that we're cloning a clone? Maybe not. I honestly don't know. Right, I'm going to get things very quickly confused here. Okay, so we start growing. Scourge Cropvush Delion. Right, okay. So the name randomly gives the game randomly gives them a new name. The machines give them a new name when they're born, just to help you tell them apart. But that is still our Cropvush that we know and love. Okay. We'll never do hauling. Okay, who can do some hauling for me then? Who wants to come load this machine? Joe, you're asleep. You're a vampire. You don't really need to sleep, my friend. Filling clone vat with protein mash. Here we go. This is iteration 3.0 of our Super Sith Lord weapon systems. This is ridiculous. What a crazy project we got going on here, huh? This is coming along very nicely. I suppose we could start planning out walls and stuff. Again, I want like turrets and big old sort of scary corridors, that type of thing. Maybe like a 1x1 corridor. I wouldn't normally build that, but I think it's kind of appropriate when you've got a big old fucking clone lab, huh? I think you want a nice, like a really tight corridor to make it seem kind of foreboding. Very sort. It's like a bank vault. You wouldn't have a fucking bank vault with a gigantic entrance, huh? Oh god. Our clone's already on its way out. Why? Because the room's filthy? Oh, probably because of this shit, huh? Okay, fair enough. So we've got quite a higher multiplier here. We need a doctor as soon as possible. Jeff, maintain this clone back for me, please. Jeff, my man. Speed up. Okay, so he's got the doctor stuff done. Is he going to do that? No, he's not going to do the scientist stuff either. Right, get on with that one as well. There we go. Not a problem. We need to deal with this as soon as possible because it's actually affecting the chance of the clone's success here. Right, okay, let's also whack a door on the entrance here very quickly then. We go for like a steel auto door. I mean, it's literally protecting one of the most important parts of the base, so I quite like having that instead. That's a good idea. Now, what we're going to do with these clones is, I don't know if I made this clear or not, we're not going to release them. They're just going to stay permanently in storage until we need them, just in case Igor or Jopo or whoever dies. Just immediately bring them back to life. We'll keep the brain scans ready as well, opposite them. You don't need to actually refrigerate these or anything like that. I know this was supposed to be a refrigerator for, like, herbal medicine and stuff, but, you know, it's just kind of easier like this, huh? I do like the idea of keeping this all, you know, sort of like this separate unit for keeping all the stuff in there. Right, okay, they're absolutely flying with that one, huh? So let's build this wall around here. Now, I think I measured that, so we kind of have to do something like that, don't we? That kind of has to be on the inside. Let's just double check very briefly. Build copy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. So that's 5 bats there. Perfect. Now, what the fuck are we going to do about Donitz then? We could... I mean, we could just clone him. We can't scan his brain, though, because he's dead. Unless we resurrect him, but if we resurrect him with Bonnet, we can scan his brain, but his brain will be corrupted by Bonnet and lose all of his skills. We need a paladin, don't we? We need a priest, sorry, to be able to resurrect these guys. So I think, then, let's go back to the drawing board, literally, and learn some scribing. So I believe it's master scribing. We need to be able to write the skill books, but I believe even then it's just a random chance, isn't it? I think it's entirely random whether or not you get a priest or a fucking, you know, a technomancer, a blood mage, a blah, blah, blah. I think we just have to get super lucky. I think that's all we can hope for these days, just get super, super lucky. Maybe we can raise an undead, but I think because the undead counts as a magical trait anyway, you can't obviously raise the undead for the purpose to try and make them... oh, did that count as a step complete then? Let's see that properly? No, that just means next step. Right, we got to do that, sure. Is the reactor on? It isn't, no. Because the light is blue, which I think means ready, but not on. Fine, doesn't matter too much. The second these guys are done with this, we'll start crop on the magical research side of things. So we'll build them a scribing bench. We'll get these gemstones built as well. We need, like, is it Gem of Wonder? Or Arcane Insight, that's it. So that gives people magically gifted. The more of these we can churn out, obviously the more people we can try and roll and get wizards randomly. We'll give it to, like, Jeff. We'll give it to everyone. There's no reason we can't turn everyone into a wizard, but only certain ones should join Bonnet's faction, I think. It might be necessary to actually bring Donitz back in the first place. What have we got then in terms of Magicite? Because that's what we need to check next. We've got 6,418. Now, that might seem like a lot, but it's 500 Magicite a swing. That gives us, what, like 15 go... Oh, not even that, sorry. Like 13 goes to see whether or not we can get a wizard. It is quite a fair amount. We've got 1, 2... Okay, you can't, but 1... you can't either. 2, 3. We've got 4 people. Can Crop be a wizard? Could you make a wizard werewolf force sensitive vampire? Can we start a hybrid program? Is that something we can do? I mean, Crop is the ultimate sort of person to do that with, isn't it? Now, okay, I like this idea. I love the idea of our Sith Lord, because the Sith were fucking everything, right? There were blood-based Sith Lords. There were, you know, lich-based Sith Lords. There were undead Sith Lords. There were all sorts of stuff like that. There were Sith Lords that could transform into all manner of shit. Though that's kind of commonplace. So I think him being limited to just Sith Lord, I mean, he's going to be the only Force sensitive, but there are many different types of Sith Lord, you know. So I think Krupp should be the focus of our hybrid program. I want to try, before the series ends, to get ourselves a Vampire, Werewolf, Sith Lord, Wizard. I think that'd be fantastic. Is there anything else we could do with that as well? We could also make him a cyborg, but obviously when he transforms into a werewolf, those cyborg components will disappear. I mean, we could give him werewolf blood, but not actually transform him, if that makes sense. That'd be kind of cool. I like this idea. Let me know what you think about that. Whether that's something we want to invest all of this time and resource into, turning Krupp into the ultimate fucking godly warrior. That'd be ridiculous. How the turns have tabled on that. If you know the Krupp and Jilt backstory, you know, Jilt was Krupp's experiment, and then Jilt died and was resurrected by vampires. Now we're flipping the tables on Krupp. Krupp's going to be the experiment. That's what he gets for knowing the Force. And like I said, the Rim of Magic stuff is quite well balanced, because not everybody's a wizard. You know, it's similar to the vampire and the werewolf mod as well. You very rarely see vampires, or you see vampires rarely, but they're not super common. Same with werewolves. You might get an entire faction of werewolves turn up, but then you won't see them again for another 6 months. So, you know, like we've seen with the trade caravans. Krupp, though, and other Force sensitives are so incredibly rare. They seem to so rarely turn up that now that we've actually got one, I feel like we should just embrace it. You know, maybe we can give people... Could we condition people to have, like, a connection to the Force? Build our own warrior from scratch? Oh, God, this is getting into some weird shit. Like, I like Krupp, but I kind of want him to keep his own individuality. Maybe we could build someone completely fresh from nothing. Oh, God, this is going into real ethical problems. Well, then that ever stop. This is welcome to Rimworld, where ethical problems are gone. They're out the window. All ethics are banned. You know, fuck Geneva. We're just going right, not like the Geneva Convention, not a lady called Geneva. We're going balls to the wall with this one. Right, how's my nuclear reactor going along while we're on the subject of that? Building. Why are you building? Did I actually set Amadam to have a higher... Okay, so construction size. Yeah, no, get back to work on those fuel rods. We need those as soon as possible, my friend. Thank you. Much appreciated. Now, I imagine Amadamba, seeing as they could do everything for the colony, probably have, yep, a shit ton of points available. Cool. What's this one, then? Lullaby. An emotionally soothing wave that washes away concerns and consciousness to put any creatures in the target area to sleep. That seems really good for taking prisoners. You know, if we wanted to get ourselves a sort of... Because we need a baseline human if we're going to build this ultimate weapon, inverted commas. So if we want to make a Force-sensitive vampire, werewolf, cyborg, wizard, then we're going to need someone to base it off of. Maybe we could just do a clone of Krupp. You know, rather than corrupt original Krupp, we just keep cloning Krupp. Like, the next Krupp we make could be the weapon Krupp. You know, like Wolverine in the movies. That's exactly what it is. He's our Weapon X. Except, you know, we want to keep the original fairly untainted here. We're already up to advanced scribing. That really took no time at all. I'm really glad we built that scientist bench in hindsight, because it's really starting to pay off now that we get to the more complex research. It means that we don't have to spend hours and hours and hours, especially with, you know, Rim Atomics as well, and the cult stuff as well. We've got like 3 different ways of doing research here, and it would really suck if we still had all these super, super expensive research things, but without any means of speeding up. So I'm kind of glad I did that. I should also point out as well, I've actually added a new mod into the mod here, which was recommended to me over... Has this just fucking crashed on me or what? There we go. Okay, right, we're back. That was recommended to me over Discord, and in fact, it's exactly the thing I was after. So, you know, I sort of said, wouldn't it be cool if we had the ability to turn this area here, which is kind of killbox, inverted commas, into an arena as well for our people to fight and to actually test out these various weapons that we're trying to build? Wouldn't it be cool if we had the ability to raise and lower walls, kind of like Minecraft pistons or something along those lines, or Terraria actuators? Turns out there is exactly a mod that does that, and it's this mechanical, I believe it's called, there it is, Mechanical Defense 2. There's a couple of different sections to this mod. You need the core, and then I've just downloaded the walls section, but I believe there's some other really cool looking stuff as well, with all its sort of custom, super high-tech buildings, kind of similar to Rim Atomics in that regard. But yeah, this is exactly what we're after here. Special walls which can be raised or lowered, acting of walls and surprise ambush points. They require power to operate. We'll wait until we've got the nuclear reactor ironed out for that one, but this could be very cool. Like, we could literally just raise up different walls in the arena and that type of thing, and build like a varying coliseum. That'd be kind of interesting. How are we doing then? How is the cloning room is coming along so well. Look at this. Holy shit. So this is going to be our 5 master copies of each various member of the colony. When we find a way to bring Donitz back, we'll obviously get Donitz cloned. Igor, we need to find a way to actually resurrect Igor. I think we're going to have to do it the same way we did Krupp, which isn't such a big deal, because obviously it works out pretty well. We've got the Eagles through Brain template, don't we? Or do we just get a genome sequence? Right, fair enough. We also need her... Oh, traits undead. Shit. Did I forget to get rid of our undead trait? Okay, that's my mistake. So we're going to need to build another cloning pod, because that one's still technically being used by Krupp. Basically, when you condition them once, it reserves it specifically for them. So, we need to build another one of these as well. I'm actually going to go and unforbid that. I didn't want to do it yet, but we might as well do it as soon as possible. Start the clone of Igor. We've kind of technically got enough power. All I've got to do is sort of sort out the nuclear reactor, make it as efficient as possible. Then we'll turn this clone back on and allow Igor to get cloned. Start that as soon as possible. Obviously, bring her back free of Bonnet's influence there, and then we can work on Operation Donitz. Now, that is useful. Ulrich Nogrizan has predicted an enemy raid will occur in the next 9 hours. Right, okay. Everybody's got a weapon. Krupvush, though, he hasn't still awoken the Force yet. Ah, damn it. He is doing research, though, which is very, very useful, because, of course, he was traditionally our research character here. Okay. Well, the Force is going to awaken any second now, and we'll see. I assume he's lost all of his Force abilities. I genuinely think there's no way he could have kept those. So in Rice Plant, okay, cool. So he's going to awaken. Come on, any second now. Please. Please awaken before this raid turns up. We might want to get into position. Or alternatively, this could be like drop pods. We don't know exactly what it is, to my knowledge. It just says in the next 9 hours. We might want to squad up now, then. Just sort of like get behind the kill box or get into a better position than to be spread out across the base, just in case it actually is drop pods. So we'll move up here. Let's get all of these guys into position. Now, shit. Krupp, I kind of want to risk it. I think we're going to let him do a little bit more research just so we can unlock the Force. There we go. Boom. And has he kept his powers? No, he hasn't. That's not much of a surprise, is it? So we need to put a point into lightsaber offense so he actually can use the lightsaber without his damage being halved. But he's going to have a real trial by fire to the extent I think we better just to give him a gun. Like a super accurate sniper rifle or the elephant bow is a good idea. I think that's a much, much better suggestion. Pick up your lightsaber, keep it with you, because you're going to build up your skill set, obviously, as we go out and fight here. Ooh, this is going to be tricky, huh? What I really need to do is dig a corridor, sort of an escape corridor, from like here to here as well, don't I? That way, if we are overrun, we can quickly get the fuck out of there. So we put half the people on this side, half the people on that side. Because you remember last time when we were hit by that big manhunter pack? They swarmed through and they had us trapped. And, you know, not everybody could escape in time. Whereas if half of us are sent that way, half of us are sent that way, the enemy has to split itself in half as well. And there's more chance that we can cut them off and do a bit more damage. Because obviously, we are people and we know better. Alright, this is going to be a mess, isn't it? Is that everybody? Oh, Jesus. I swear we had so many people not so long ago. Right, so let's get them sort of half and half here. Right, I'm going to take all of you guys. You're going to stand up here. Now, I've got to keep in mind what side Bonnet is on, because obviously Bonnet is the true powerhouse of the colony now. That was something Krupp was good at. In fact, we can send you up here as well. Renats can fill in the gap there. All right, let's get you a bit closer to this side of the wall. Just because I don't think Krupp's going to be able to hit them from there, is he? No, not quite. Let's move him up a little bit then. It's the only problem with the skill box being so kind of spread out. I mean, it's good, because it obviously means if we get hit by a triple rocket launcher or whatever, we're not going to be hit. But a lot of these weapons are particularly short-range shit. I might have to arrange it based on their ranged instead then, huh? Let's take a look here. So Bonnet can hit them. Bonnet has a really, really long-range weapon. In fact, he'll probably be able to hit them from, like, all the way down here, I think. Yes, he can. Okay, perfect. Newt, what's your weapon range? Kind of garbage, but you've also got a minigun, so I kind of want you to be directly opposite and just fucking peppering them. Man, he can't hit no matter what either. God damn it. And you have a spear, so I don't really know what I expected here. What I need to do is remove this embrasure and actually replace it with a solid wall, because they can, I believe, shoot through embrasures. So we kind of want to avoid that happening. Right, let them come. Let's see what you fucking got then. Brrainz, you bleeding? Where'd that blood come from? The Blood Mage. The Blood Mage can eat this blood. Oh, man, it's about the first time I've ever remembered to actually prepare for battle with the Blood Mage, huh? Crixus, my friend. Crixus, drink. Drink. Oh, wait, how do I get him to drink blood off the floor? There's a way to do that, right? Blood ties. Causes target's blood to heat of an... I thought you could do... combines... Okay, blood, generate blood, whatever. Can also generate blood from open bleeding wounds without the use of mana. It can also train to use fresh explosive blood near them to fuel blood magic. Yeah, how do we do that, though? Because it's damage of all blood magic by 10 points. I'm sure that's great and all, but I'd like to actually know... That's so cool. Blood to violently reject its host and erupt from multiple wounds, resulting in massive hemorrhaging. That's insane. What if we just do... Oh, he can suck it up off the floor then. Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Right. That's it. You see it's actually disappearing off the floor there. Cool. He's actually ready for combat. Now, he needs a blood magic ability, because right now he's just, like, not really doing much. Blood spell from the target becomes a mist that the caster absorbs as a restorative energy. Oh, wow, that's insane. Okay. Scars and other permanent injuries will heal them? What? That's nuts. Sounds like he will also do damage as well. Sure, let's go for that. That sounds super, super useful. Life Pulse does what exactly? The amount of healed by the blood. I kind of want it to do damage. Just blood magic cost seems fantastic. Because the duration, yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's do that. Sounds like it's a healing ability. And to be honest, he can do damage with his rifle anyway. So as long as he's healing himself up, that sounds very, very good. All right, then. I think Bonnet just ranked up there, and I'm not entirely sure how. Is Bonnet, like, training someone? All right, let's get you over here. Oh, he absolutely... Oh, he's healing them. Right. He's blood sacrifice, and then Bonnet's healing him back up instantly. That's cool. Siege. Oh, we've got a siege. It's a group of Zabrak. It's a lot of fucking Zabrak as well. Oh my god, look at this. Holy shit, there's, this guy's called The Big. He's called The Big because he's a gladiator, and he's also a fucking... What has he got? He's a gargoyle. We've got some in power armor. We've got some with miniguns there, using an ability. Oh god, we've got a lot of wizards. There's a lot with power armor. Like, what the fuck is going on over here? Is that just, like, hair? What is that? You're so huge. You're like a gigantic person. Okay, then. Oh, there's two vampires with them as well, then. How do we deal with this? How do we deal with this? We need someone who's capable of doing, like, a hit-and-run attack. I mean, Bonnet can fly. I mean, that would work. Mortars as well would obviously work, but we don't have any mortars right now. I'm thinking of sending Bonnet in, because he can fly. Now, how long does his flight stealth have cooldown for is probably the real question. So let's just get Bonnet as quick as possible. It's going to take a while to build up, so I think we'll run over there and then fly back. That's probably the best tactic, right? Oh, God, the game's really struggling with this today. It's almost like we've got a lot of complicated shit going on. All right, are we good? Do we survive in here, Rimworld? Oh, okay, we're back. We're fine. Nothing to worry about. Definitely not going to break at all. Right, run, little Bonnet. Run as fast as your little legs will carry you. Oh, God, that's not very fast. Where are they sieging from? Oh, the vampires are, during the daytime, so they're going to bury themselves underground. That's fantastic news. But that one's just straight up fucking... Okay, right, the vampires are dealt with. Good. Not that that's such a big deal. Obviously, there's still the bulk of their forces right there. Bonnet might be able to do a sneak attack. I think I said that with Krupp, and then he died. But Bonnet might be able to do a sneak attack here. Where is Bonnet? Because, of course, if Bonnet dies, Igor dies as well, which would suck massively. Okay, come on, game. You can do it. I might have to run time GC very quickly. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that will... A Feralisk is... Oh, my God, they're being attacked by Feralisks. What the fuck is that guy doing? Oh, the native wildlife is attacking them. That's a lot of Feralisks, though. There's, like, a lot of Feralisks. I think there's a broodmother around somewhere that I basically just ignored because it really isn't that big deal when you're living in a mountain. Got to be careful we don't also then come under attack from the Feralisks, huh? All right, keep going, little Bonnet. Well, that's going to interrupt their building, at least for... Are they attacking the colony? What are you doing? Melee attacking wooden roof support. I think they're attacking. Bonnet, Godspeed. In fact, as they come through there, as they come through this tiny little corridor, we probably want to hit them with a death bolt, huh? Probably just want to fucking annihilate them with a death bolt. How far can he cast death bolt? Actually, quite far away. Right, come... Oh, shit, but hang on, there's a thing there that he can't cast through. God damn it, that's annoying. Okay, why don't we wait for them to come through this section then? Blast them with a death bolt. There's one called Obi-Wan. Sun-Eater, Hoth. I'm seeing if there are any other names I notice here. Probably a lot of these are all from the B-Wing, yeah, but a lot of these are from, you know, obviously Star Wars, but probably the extended universe. Alright, should we death bolt? How do you guys feel about a nice death bolt? The thing is, I want to hit the floor. I kind of want to do it like that. Bonnet, please, death bolt quickly. Death bolt quickly. Oh, okay, that might be good enough. Now what you're going to do is you're going to fucking fly. You're going to fly yourself to the moon and mingle with the stars, by which means, get out of there. He's free. That did nothing. Did you see that? Oh my god, they got like a fucking... What have you got? What have you got? What is that? Screen. What does that mean? Enchanter? Screen? Are they defended against magic? I have no idea. I feel like they had some sort of magical defense there. What are you? Chronomancer? Did Chronomancer turn back the time? Well, at least they're attacking the base and not hitting us with shells or anything, so that's fine. Shout out to the Feralists who actually bring them on board. Right, where's Bonnet then? Little Bonnet Bigley, let's get you over here, my friend. Okay, I have a bad feeling about this raid. I really do. I don't think this is going to go well at all, is it? Alright, here they come. Right, let's see what you fucking got then. Let's see what you got. I should have put down like... Oh god, he's got like a scanner and he's got a triple rocket launcher. Energy Core Heart. Energy Core. What is he, fucking Iron Man? Okay, this is cool. This is cool. There's a lot of people coming for us though. Oh my god, look at those chunks we pulled out of the quarry. Good god. I'm hoping this will... Where's he going? What the fuck? Where are you going? Melee attacking cloth meditate. Oh, he's going back for the meditate. Oh, I fucking hate that. He walked all the way past. He's like, hang on a minute. I think I got a meditation pad right there. What? Alright, here we go. Now, that tree is acting very, very nicely. It's slowing him down, so we're going to have to fight one at a time. Good luck. Please kill that man very, very quickly. How can we kill him very quickly? We could cast a Fog of Torment, like, right there. Wait, hang on. Do it like there. That's good. Go Bonnet. Please kill that man with the rocket launcher. Thank you. Great shot. He's dead. You know what I'm going to do now? Oh, I was going to say I was going to raise him, but I think he's slightly out of the way there. All right. Fog of War is down, so they can't actually really stay still inside of it. That's going to force them to come closer. It's going to allow our people to hit them. We could drop down like a chronostatic field. I kind of want them to... Oh, why don't we chuck it down like there? Nice! We stunned a lot of them with that. Okay, what are the powers we've got access to right now, then? Corpse explosion. 3, 2, 1, boom. Actually did fucking work. Okay, this is cool. This is very cool. Polymorph. I would like all of you to stop being people and, in fact, turn into sheep. Oh my god, it worked. This is so good. This is so good. This is high level. This is high level It's not. It's garbage tactic. I don't know what I'm doing. That man's literally a cactus. That's one of them things. You know, the running cactus from Final Fantasy. What the hell are you doing here? Oh my god. So if he's a donkey and we shoot him as a donkey, does that mean he's got the damage sort of the sort of damage threshold of a donkey? Can we kill him as a donkey and it'll kill him? Oh my god. Amber, you need to fucking pull back, my man. I appreciate your I appreciate your enthusiasm, but my god. Okay, get you behind the embrasure. It actually is. Kiwi, dead. They're fleeing. What was that noise? Did you hear that? Oh my god. Now, can we capture them as... This is nuts. Can we capture them as... Oh my god, they're still stuck in the field. They're like time-shifted. What have we done? So that one's got wizard powers. Go and get them. Right. Do we have a prison? We technically have a prison. I mean, these are technically prison beds. Okay. Bonnet, capture. Who can we capture? Carry Dread to... Oh, man, we can't because they're an animal. Technically an animal. Are they going to bleed out before they transform? No and no. Okay, good. Jilp, capture Obi-Wan. Rednecks, capture B-Wing. I don't know what we're going to do about all these time-shifted ones, whether or not they're quickly going to pop back to life, and then we're going to have to worry about that in a second, but that's okay for the time being. Right, let's stick down some furniture. We need ourselves... Boom, boom. Right, okay, there we go. So when these guys transform back, I'm hoping they're not going to transform back dead. Let's get people into position ready to grab them as well. What are they shooting at? Oh! There's a... What are you? What are you? You're an enchanter. We've already got an enchanter, so I'm not going to chase those guys down particularly. Right, okay, they're back. Capture Loki. Capture Dread. Who are they shooting at? This guy's out of time sync. Oh, they're all coming out of time sync. Can we knock that person down? Because they are, what, they're an ice mage, by the looks of it? Oh, they're chronomancer. Don't care, kill him. I don't give a shit about chronomancers anymore, I'm going to be honest. Didn't see that one coming. Okay. Wow, that's insane. There's 2 more prisoners. We could bring them on board. Obviously, I've got absolutely no reason not to bring them on board. Where are they? Oh, they're taking them to the actual prison. I kind of wanted to drop them off here first so that we can tend to them. I'm actually going to do that instead, because I'm not really sure they're going to survive too far away from the triage if we do that. Right, okay. So, capture Dread. Capture Loke. Is that everyone? Why did it say there was another person to capture? I saw it said 3 people would lose their beds. Oh, Ape! Of course, Ape is actually in the bioreactor, so that doesn't matter. And like, even if we don't want these prisoners permanently, we could just stick them in a fucking bioreactor, huh? We got a charge lancer out of that, and a charge rifle. That's pretty big. At least I think they're big. Obviously, we've got a lot of Doomsday rocket launchers, single-use rocket launchers. Quite nice. Those didn't go off, so we can sell those for a nice profit. You guys, your job. Everybody but Amber, Namber, Damber, Pamber, and anybody who's got any people, basically. So all of this lot. You lot can search and destroy. Now, Amber, Namber, Damber, Pamber is our doctor, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. You are indeed. So you are on draft. Everyone else, go out and kill. Kill for your king. You all do the same thing as well. Go search and destroy. You are going to move over here and tend to these fucking prisoners. So we're going to say to you, doctor care only. Doctor care only. When they've had their doctor care, we're going to ship them over to the regular prison where we give them actual, medical care if necessary, treat infections, whatever else we've got going on there. Newt, you're right. Newt seems very sad about things. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, there was another person who is now completely dead. Crop, what the fuck are you doing? Crop, there's someone right there. Can't shoot in melee. Well, stop getting into melee then, huh? There we go. Good shot. Fucking incredible. Wow. I'm blown away by the skill of Krupp's shooting ability. That's it. Go on, take him down. Take him down. Is he coming back for his friend? Oh, no, he's actually still leaving the maze. Right, and then the other two are almost here. Let's get you to start tending to these guys as well. So let's queue those up immediately. This is so good. This is very, very good. Right, you guys can go back on search and destroy. There you go. Go back to your things. Have we killed them all? I think we actually did kill them all. Oh, there's one guy left. You poor fella. You're in the wrong neighborhood. Goodbye, my friend. We're just body blocking him. What are you body blocking him for? Just actually shoot the fella. Good God. Job, you might want to move out of the way. He's dead. Right, capture him as well. This is so good. We got so many prisoners out of it also. That's the good thing about these styles weapons. Like I said, they just do burn damage. So you're very unlikely to actually kill them. It's working out extremely well for us. Was that necessary? Why did you just knife Bonnet? Because he's a lich? Oi! What the fuck are you doing, you weird man? What did you knife Bonnet for? Do you see that? Good God, man. What is wrong with you, you weird boy? Alright, Dr. Care. We also say Dr. Care on you as well. And let's get these boys tended up as soon as possible. Right, there you go. No. What the fuck are you doing? Stop that. Right, tend. What are you doing? Did I not say... Oh, Dr. Care. No, he is on Dr. Care. What are you doing? Tending to Loke? Where are you going to tend to him? I swear I said Dr. Care. And you're going all the way down to get fucking medicine. Stop that. Stop that right now. Hang on, right. So let's try... Rimworld, just being Rimworld. Don't worry about it. It's tended to B-Wing. Stop. Right, okay, we're good. Weird game. Alright, hopefully I'll just keep tending over to those. Newt's going on the food binge. Not a big deal. Oh, God, you're just garbage. You're absolutely terrible. Again, Dr. Care as well. Who's been tending? Because we need to start moving these people over. No one yet. To be fair, a lot of them is just torment. All of that is torment. So capture him. What we'll do then is we'll set up the actual hospital now. Sorry, the actual prison here. Boom, there we go. Oh, there's no doors? Huh. Don't know why that one is, Chief, gonna be honest. Anyway, that's dealt with. So you're going to carry him to a bioreactor. No, we just want to... So what we want to do then is, when they're all tended, we want to turn this back off of prison, basically. Let's get everyone in here for the time being. Or, excuse me, I need to get everybody into here for the time being, just so we can quickly start moving these people over. Let them flail on the floor for a minute, because technically it is still a prison, don't forget. How long is this going to take to tend? Quality 0. Is it all just torment? Torment. This one actually does need tending. So if you could deal with it, like, Torment's obviously not going to become an infection or anything like that either. So let's get working on that. There's also an entertaining bard, so technically they're going to be slightly happier. You definitely need tending to. Honestly, the ones with the Torment we can't do anything for. You're already patched up. Get rid of that. Capture Dread. Right, get him over to the main base. Done. What about you, Dirk? You're next on my list. All right, how are you looking? He's basically done. Right, you go. Igor, capture. There we go. Amber Namber Damber is going to work on the others. Oh, Dirt's got an infection. Shit. I'm sorry to keep you up so late, but please, for the love of God, save these boys. Save these boys. And then when we've done that, we can just untick these other two beds and bring them all home. So the final thing to do, untick for prisoners. That should free them all from their beds and make them capable of being captured again. Let's get Joe Papier capture Obi-Wan. Let's get, what are you doing? Digging up limestone. Try to arrest. And then Newt is feeding live missile, so capture him. Right, good. That should be everything. Now, they might try and resist arrest because they're actually technically healthy. Yep, that's exactly what's happened there. Okay. Just freeze the whole prison. Freeze the whole damn thing. Okay, well, we'll just have to kick his fucking ass again. Just absolutely kick his head in. Where's everyone else? Where's our backup? Oh, Bonnet, you're right there, my man. Come and help out with this. Right, let's just fly a lich in. You think you're going to resist arrest if we fly a lich through a wall? I think, oh my God, he's attacking his own men. What is wrong with you? Sit. Good work. Right, capture. Right, try to arrest. Bonnet, get in here and help out. They're not going to resist Bonnet. No one could resist Bonnet. And then Dirk is obviously going to be captured because Dirk actually can't move right now. Look at that. A nicely stocked prison. That's going to keep us going for quite some time. What do we do about all these things? What about all these bodies? Should we just haul them into a body stockpile? I mean, we've let them hit the floor. Let's get them into a stockpile now. Can we reconnect this or at least turn it on or something? Because it's connected to power, but it's obviously... Oh, it's not actually connected. Right. We'll get that back on. We'll put all the corpses in here, and then we can use it as a way of funding our projects, you know? I know we're not allowed to operate on the undead, but I'm sure we can find something useful to do with them for the time being. And there they are. Look at that. A nice little collection. So we'll say herbal medicine or worse on all of them now, just to fix any infections. Because I know one of them, I believe it was Dirk, got a quite heavy set of infections there. They're all very good. I don't know if you noticed that. Look, they've all got decent skills, good passions and everything. Dirk in particular is actually a very, very good character. Capable of doing many, many things. You've got super high social, super high melee, decent mining. I mean, decent animals as well to some extent. Good shooting, good animals. Jesus, they're all very good. Good intellectual for you. We don't really need another intellectual character, I'll be completely honest with you. But it's all looking quite nice. Our people are obviously going to be on sad mode for a while because they basically were forced to stay up for 2 days to tend to prisoners and dig up bodies and massacre an entire group of people. So that would probably kind of make anybody a bit sad. That's alright. Let's get this also all built then so they can't just wander around the base because that'd be not exactly ideal when you've literally got a fucking exposed nuclear reactor kicking around. All the fuel rods are coming along nicely though. That's looking nice. We're going to have to leave this one here for today. Thank you for watching. A nice mix of science and combat and fighting and death, which is all what we're here for, let's be honest. A big shout out to Alpha Scuff, Asunakira to Atmos, is Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Sedini, Crazy Pack, Crosis, Donald, Fakuna Vasquez, Flopper Nutter, Fungus King, Gogolus, Harik, Jimbo, Josh Lindeen, Tesla, Justin Wallace, Kaden Carter, Michael Mullen, Mr. Smug, Musk Grapple, Nathan Flores, Necrofinum, Pelvis Presley, Skaz, Shayach Sinclair, Sir Thor the Swede, Stannis the Manus, The Forsaken One, Teabag Cruz, Tom Terry 18, Tyler Kennel, and Bacchus Bacchus for their support. The Insane He Loves on Patreon. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for making this series and the channel possible in the first place. This has gone to some weird places I never thought it would ever go. I had that in my head. We'd have a showdown between 5 factions, and now we've ended up bringing them all together, uniting them to create the ultimate being. All it's got to do is absorb 2 androids first. And a big shout out, of course, as well to... What did I just say? I don't think that was English. A big shout out, of course, as well to Acero, Adaperson, Akari, Andrew Wilson, Bordoon, Ben Troke, Betimus Max, Better Valerian, Chris, David Van Diepen, Don, Easier to Pronounce Name, Dunk22 and 7, Exploding Knees, Fraser Brennan, Gabriel Faulkner, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Zirku, Gray, Haji Damar, Hancock, Icy the Great, Irish, Israel, Jay Lara, James Barnes, Jason, Jose, Joran DeVries, John Holiday, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beer, Justin Block, Justin Walters, Lemon Stark, Lasmee, Llewellyn Thomas, Luke Wallace, Matthew, Monty, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Pan Samu, Pantapel, Peyton Denisar, Russian Olgar, Billionaire, The Bloody Knight, The Insane Pickle, Wesley Grayson, Will Wade, Wolfie Yorker, Zach Bella, and Zico 2. Thank you. See you guys all tomorrow for another exciting adventure of Dragon Ball Z.